The room smelled like antiseptic and old lies. "You're outdated. We're done here," the CEO hissed. I nodded. Calm, polite, understood. Different room, different man. Same silence afterward. The surgeon's hands froze above the clipboard. The nephrologist stopped breathing mid-sentence. The nurse looked at the DNA report, then at me, then at my son asleep behind the glass. No one spoke. That was the moment everything I had buried for 6 years clawed its way back to the surface. I hadn't seen my son in 6 years, not because I didn't want to, because I was erased. His mother made sure of that after the divorce. New city, new number, new story. I became a ghost with a monthly child support payment and no visitation rights that stuck. Courts move slow, lies move fast. I learned to survive without him, or so I told myself. Then the call came. Kidney failure, stage 5. He needed a transplant. My name left my mouth before my brain caught up. I'll donate. It felt like redemption, like fate circling back to correct itself. They ran the preliminary tests, blood type compatible, cross-match pending, routine. Except nothing about my life had ever been routine. As I sat in the hospital waiting room, memories stacked up like unpaid debts. His first steps, his laugh when I pretended to steal his nose, the way he used to fall asleep on my chest, small and warm, trusting. And then the betrayal. Not just from his mother, from my brother. 6 years ago, during the ugliest part of the divorce, he testified against me, said I was unstable, unfit, dangerous. He smiled while doing it, said it was for the child. After that, doors closed fast. I learned a lesson then. Betrayal doesn't always come with a knife. Sometimes it comes with a signature. I didn't cry in the waiting room. I planned. When the doctors ordered the DNA test, they said it casually, standard protocol, nothing personal. But I saw it, the flicker in one doctor's eyes, the hesitation. I'd spent 20 years in corporate warfare. You learn to read silence better than words. I started preparing before the results came back. I pulled old bank statements, emails, court transcripts, phone records. Patterns emerged. My brother's unexplained financial growth, his proximity to my ex during the divorce, the timing of her pregnancy lining up too neatly with my last overseas assignment. I hired a private investigator, quiet, expensive, efficient. 3 days later, I had everything, including hotel receipts, including dates, including proof. Pain hardened into precision. The DNA results came back on a Friday. 0% probability. The child in that bed was not biologically mine. The silence in the room wasn't sympathy, it was fear, because doctors know what kind of revelation detonates inside a man. I thanked them, shook hands, walked out steady. Then I made my calls. By Monday morning, the board convened an emergency meeting. Different betrayal, different battlefield, same strategy. "You're outdated. We're done here," the CEO had said weeks earlier, right before terminating me publicly, smug with power he thought was permanent. He didn't know about the retirement trust, didn't know my father had designed it decades ago, didn't know it activated its voting rights upon wrongful termination, didn't know I owned 76% of the shares. He found out when security escorted him out. Power shifts are loud to those who never saw them coming. I saved the family confrontation for last. Hospital room, evening light, machines humming like witnesses. My brother sat there, holding my son's hand, playing the hero. I didn't raise my voice. I placed the DNA report on the tray table, then the hotel receipts, then the bank transfers, then the court transcript, one by one. His face collapsed in stages. Denial, confusion, panic. My ex tried to speak. I held up a finger. Silence is a weapon if you know how to use it. "I would have donated," I said finally, without hesitation, even knowing. That hurt them more than shouting ever could. I turned to my brother. "You didn't just steal my wife," I said. "You stole my life." He cried, apologized, begged. I stood up. "I don't need your regret," I said. "I needed the truth 6 years ago." I didn't abandon the boy. I stayed. I funded his treatment, founded donor, paid for everything quietly through a trust he'll access when he's old enough to understand. I visit him now, slowly, carefully, as a presence, not a claim. Love doesn't require ownership. Justice does. People think revenge is loud, violent, messy. They're wrong. Real revenge is surgical. It's knowing when to walk away and when to pull the pin. It's letting the world see exactly who someone is without you ever raising your voice. I lost a son once. I lost a brother forever. And I gained something far more dangerous: clarity. I don't regret a single move, because betrayal taught me patience, and patience taught me how to win.